Hello students, I am Raghavendra Kumar Singh, faculty of US Academy and Institute. Today we will discuss class 6 history's 5th chapter, Kingdoms, Kings and an Early Republic. How some men became rulers. Around 3000 years we found some changes had taken place in the ways in which Rajas were chosen. Some men were then recognized as Rajas by performing very big sacrifices. Ashwamedha or horse sacrifice was one of the such ritual in which a horse was let loose to wander freely and it was guarded by the Raja's men. If the horse wandered into the kingdom of other Rajas and they stopped it, they had to fight. If they allowed the horses to pass, it meant that they accepted that the Raja who wanted to perform the sacrifice was stronger than them. These Rajas were then invited to the sacrifice. The Raja who organized the sacrifice was recognized as being very powerful, and all those who came brought gift for them. Now, Janpadas. The Raja who performed big sacrifices were then recognized as being Rajas of Janpadas rather than Janas. The word Janpada means the land where the Jan set its foots and settled down. Archaeologists have excavated a number of settlements in these Janpadas, such as Purana Kila in Delhi, Hastinapur near Meerut, and Atranji Khera near Etah. They found that peoples lived in huts and kept cattle as well as other animals. They also grew a variety of crops such as rice, wheat, barley, pulses, sugarcane, sesame, and mustard. They made earthen pots, one special type of pottery found at these sites and is known as painted grey, where now about the Mahajanpadas. About 2500 years ago, some Janpadas became more important than others and were known as Mahajanpadas. Most Mahajanpadas had a capital city. Many of these were fortified, which means that huge walls of wood, brick, or stones were built around them. Forts are probably built because peoples are afraid of attack from other kings and needed protection. Some rulers wanted to show how rich and powerful they were by building large, tall, and impressive walls around their cities. The land and the peoples living inside the fortified area could be controlled more easily by the king's building. Such huge wall required a great deal of planning. The new Raja began maintaining armies. Soldiers were paid regular salaries and maintained by the king throughout the year. Now, the taxes. The rulers of the Mahajanpadas were building huge forts and maintaining big armies, so they needed more resources. To meet their requirement, they started collecting regular taxes. Taxes on crops were collected from peoples because most peoples were farmers Usually, the tax was fixed at 1/6 of what were produced. This was known as bagha or a share. There were taxes on craft persons as well. These could have been in the form of labor. Herders were also expected to pay taxes in the form of animals and animal products. There were also taxes on goods that were brought and sold through the trade. Hunter and gatherers also had to provide forest produce to the Raja as tax. Changes in agriculture. There were two major changes in agriculture around Mahajanpada's time. Growing use of iron plowshare. This means heavy clayey soil could be turned over better than with a wooden plowshare so that more grains could be produced. People began transplanting paddy. This means that instead of scattering seeds on the ground, saplings were grown on them, then planted in the field. Now a closer look. Magadha. Magadha became the most important Mahajanpadas in about 200 years. Many rivers such as the Ganga and Son flowed through Magadha, which play an important role for transport, water supplies, making the land fertile. Parts of Magadha were forested, which was used for building houses, carts, and chariots. There were iron ore mines in the region that could be tapped to make strong tools and weapons. Magadha had two very powerful rulers, Bimbisara and Ajatasattu, who used all possible means to conquer other Janpadas. Rajagriha, present day Rajgir in Bihar, was the capital of Magadha for several years. Later, the capital was shifted to Patliputra, present day Patna. Now a closer look at Vaji. Vaji, with its capital at Vaisali, means Bihar, under a different form of governments known as Gana or Sangha. In a Gana, there were many rulers. Each one was known as Raja. These Rajas performed ritual together. They also meet in assemblies and decided what had to be done and how through discussion and debate. Both the Buddha and Mahavira belongs to Ganas and Sanghas. Some of the most vivid descriptions of the life in the Sanghas can be found in Buddhist books. Rajas of powerful kingdom tried to conquer the Sanghas. Nevertheless, these lasted for a very long time, till about 1500 years ago, when the last of the Ganas or Sanghas were conquered by the Gupta rulers.